Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 182, Tokyo number 2 colony part 2. Last we left off, we were introduced to a new sorcerer known as Charles. What's his name?
Bernard or something?
Yeah, Charles Bernard, who is a manga artist who just got his work rejected by Shueisha itself. And has somehow ended up in a Ferris wheel with Hikari. We thought we would get an explanation as to why they're in a Ferris wheel together, but Gege Akutami has decided, let's just get into the fight. You don't need to know how they got here. Let's just get into it, man. And get into it they do. Apparently, Charles whips out a fucking staff shaped like a G pen, which is the commonly used pen that manga artists use to ink their manga.
Real artists doing it.
Yeah. And he just starts to attack. He starts to attack Hikari while they're fighting on this Ferris wheel. And he's like reciting this poem. Hikari's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, this is a poem by one of the creators comments by Katsura Hoshino, who I really admire. And for those of you who don't know this, in Jump, every author of every manga has like a little blurb that they just like say. It's just a random musing that they want to communicate to their readers, and that's what he's quoting. He starts talking about how like manga artists are able to travel to fictitious spaces because they aren't satisfied with reality. But my reality was taken over by Jujutsu. I've lost my motivation as a reader and as a creator. He's like, do you know what that feeling is called? And Hikari's like, boredom? No, despair.
That was a good guess. He tried.
Yeah. Charles manages to like slash Hikari across his cheek. He using that he's fulfilled his condition for his curse technique by cutting Hikari, which is a condition that is ink. So I guess part of the curse technique is that he has to create his own ink, whether it's from blood or some other liquid. And after that, he just tags Hikari with this square in the middle of his chest. And he's like, what the hell is this? But, he goes for a counterattack. Charles easily dodges it and sends him flying off the Ferris wheel. Hikari notices that, like, whoa, the way he moved just now was way more than just, like, being fast and his reflexes. And so at that point, that's when Charles decides to explain his cursed technique a little bit. The way he talks about is that he created a manga panel on Hikari's chest, but specifically the panel at the bottom left, which is if you read manga, it's right to left, so it's the bottom left. So that's technically the end of the page, and it's apparently the panel that draws the most the most attention from the reader. But because he did that specific panel on Hikari's chest, he is able to see Hikari's near future about 1 second in advance. So that's pretty sick.
Pretty dope technique. Pretty creative.
Yeah. So basically, he's able to see what Hikari's going to do before he does it, at least 1 second into the future, and is able to dodge as a result, maneuver, all that stuff. But Hikari is better than that, because he just like appears behind him because he's so fucking fast. And he realizes that like the weakness in this is that although he can see the future, he has to take time to look into the future. And in that instance, Hikari can take advantage and catch him by surprise. So he just continues to attack Hikari from his blind sides. And it's pretty one-sided at this point. Even though he can see the future, Charles is just getting knocked around.
I thought it was that he has to physically see him in order to. I thought that was the problem.
He says, I think he says you have to look to know, right? So
yeah, and by that he means like he has to be able to see Hikari, but Hikari is literally moving so fast that he cannot see him.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
That's
running over so fast you can't even see what he's doing.
Yeah,
like if you can't see him, then he can't see the panel. That's what he's. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Fucking fast, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. For me, the way he words it in that you have to look to know, I think is that like he has to take a second to actually look into the future. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just always displayed for him. He has to like perceive the future first before he can act on it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know. Maybe you're right, Brian. I could be bugging. But in any case, it is not working out for him. So I think Hikari manages to cut him again. Not Hikari. Charles manages to cut him again. And I think create a new panel even on Hikari, making it so he can see even 2 more seconds in the future. And he's like, I'll be waiting in my blind spot, so why are you posing? And man, we end with a 2-page spread of Hikari activating his domain expansion all fucking ready. And in that moment, due to the guaranteed hits effect, Hikari's domain and curse technique rules were revealed to Charles's brain.
Oh,
damn.
Talk about a super heads up.
Yeah. Is just so you know, because I don't know if I wonder if that was like established as a thing, but like, you know, the domain's rules just being downloaded into your brain once you're in it. I don't know about that, but yeah, that's basically what happens is Charles is getting basically how everything works as he's activating his domain. And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I liked it. I still wonder. I guess we're about to figure out what his abilities really like. It's kind of weird that he's already going for his domain expansion, but I guess just because he wants to use his domain expansion doesn't mean he necessarily needs to. Maybe he just wants to wrap up the fight because he's over it, right? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I buy that.
So, that's it. The manga artist is interesting. His ability is interesting, but I wonder if he's going to play any kind of significant role aside from just getting his ass beat and being, you know what I'm saying, by
being Hikari.
Otherwise, it was an okay chapter.
Yeah.
Wasn't the usual banger that Jujutsu Kaisen is. I'm looking forward to seeing this in a couple weeks, though.
Yeah. Brian, what did you think?
I am still left highly curious about what the fuck Hikari is up to. Like, what is his deal? Like, so we could assume that it has something to do with gambling because it's literally called Idle Death Gamble, and he is a gambler as well. On top of that, so there is a chance that it's about probability. I think it's going to end up being more like an ancient sorcerer's domain expansion, not like your typical domain expansion where it's all about offense. Like the condition could be, oh, you know the rules and now you have to gamble in my domain, instead of it being like a oh, I'm going to blow you the fuck up inside of my domain kind of thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Which would be interesting because most modern sorcerers have that guaranteed fuck you up domain expansion, but I think it would be sick if his is more like a casino, like but he's the house, so the house always wins or something like that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think I'm interested to see what he can do. I honestly, after reading this chapter, I looked on a Wikipedia to try to see if there's more to his curse technique that we don't know about, and we still don't know shit. So, but to be fair, we also still don't know much about how Okotsu's curse technique works either. So I doubt we will get like a full explanation, but we will get like a teaser so that we can be like, oh, so that's how it works. Maybe like they did with Okotsu, like we just know that he can copy curse techniques. We just don't know to what extent. Same thing with Hikari. We're probably gonna see like get a taste of what he can do, and like have an understanding of what he can do. We just probably won't know how it actually functions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only thing I'll say about that is that the little subtitle thing here says that there is a guaranteed hit in effect. So it may not necessarily like adhere to the ancient sorcerer's rules, but it would be cool. I do agree with you that if Hikari's technique seems to resemble more of like the past sorcerers, where they're more like games that you have to accomplish as opposed to like just offensive techniques, like guaranteed hit stuff.
I think the guaranteed hit is just to explain the rules, right? That's what they said. No,
the guaranteed hit is that like whatever you do in this domain is going to hit no matter what. The rules is something that like the sorcerer explains, you know, like because Higuruma had to do that when he
but why was it so it says the wording says due to the guaranteed hits effect, Hikari's domain and curse technique rules were revealed to Charles Drake.
Yeah, because he got you're thinking too hard about the guaranteed hit. He had he just wrote it that he got like he's saying that he's seen the ability in the future, right? And it always hits. So because he felt the move in the future, he got the information with it about it and was able to. He's will be able to apply it in the past.
I didn't even think about that because right now he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get hit with whatever this is for sure."
Yeah, that's why his face was like, "Oh, whoa,
oh my god!" In 2 seconds, it's over, bro.
Get out of here now.
Damn. Yeah, no.
Let me forfeit right now.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my thoughts are, I really like this chapter, but you know, I also.
RGC, by the way, sorry.
Oh, this is your RGC. Oh, this is Brian's really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel bad not giving it my RGC, but you know, it just didn't it didn't blow me away in the moment when I read it. And you know, not to say that it was a bad chapter, but you know, given all of the weeks that we've had of Jujutsu Kaisen just knocking it out of the park, it wasn't on that same like caliber, but you know what? It's still a great chapter. I really enjoyed it. And I would say that this is my third. It's been an interesting week, in terms of manga this week, but I will say this last 2-page spread, it looks so cool. Hikari, like his little pose. I don't even know what this is like that. It's really cool. And it's really cool. I also like the idea that he's just like over it, and he's like, "All right, I gotta kill this guy now. I'm over it." But yeah, that's all I got to say about Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought it was a pretty solid chapter overall, but nothing. It didn't like blow me away, which is rare for Jujutsu Kaisen, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't blow me away either.
Yeah, maybe next chapter. I think probably next chapter. It's been a while since we've seen a domain expansion actually go through. Like for real, because Megami's almost didn't count because it was like incomplete.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't seen a competently built domain in a minute.